Man, what a difference from a week ago. Welcome in, everybody, to the second live stream after the second race of the day, the XFINITY race at Homestead, aka the 2023 Contender Boats 300. I got to say, I don't know about y'all. Maybe I'm biased because I had a reason to watch more than ever today, but that was a ton of fun. Yes, the beard is back, and it looks like JRM might be back. SHR might be back. It's looking pretty good. Let's get into this race. I'm waiting for him to pop up the official points. At the moment, of course, Sam Mayer into the next round has the win. Hey, you know what? I picked Sam Mayer to be in the championship for at the start of this round, and right now, the championship 4 lineup that we have, I have the top 3. Allgaier just needs to get in now over Austin Hill, and I'll have got that right. So I'm kind of happy on that one. But what did we think about that? I had a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna start poll really quick. At the moment, do you think Sam Mayer will win the XFINITY title? And I'm just going to leave y'all with a yes or a no. At the moment, do you think Sam Mayer will win this championship? He's definitely turning it on at the right time. That's for sure. So I can tell you that. Blue Jimmy, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I don't even give a damn about the pick points anymore. It's the end of the year. I'm just happy Junior ran respectable. But let's get into it. We'll talk about that. So the 2023 Contender Boats 300 was a 200 lap race that went 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 28 seconds. 13 lead changes among 6 leaders with 6 cautions on the day. And by the way, lick that like button. And let's get into it. Finishing order right here. Sam Mayer beats Riley Herbst at the line by 0.2 of a second. Herbst with a hell of a run at the end there. Mayer's right. Those SHR cars, they have turned it on. John Hunter Nemechek in third. Fourth is Austin Hill. And, of course, my guy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the top 5. You'll love to see it. Junebug with the top 5. I love it. Looking right now, NBC is showing the replay of what happened with Creed. Oh, Creed got into the wall. Oh, damn. That's why he was smoking at the end there. It looked like he just pretty much cleared himself into 3 and completely totaled himself. Damn. Okay, real quick, before we get into the rest of it, here are your playoff standings at the moment. Sam Mayer in with the win. Then you got John Hunter Nemechek, plus 44. I feel pretty good about him so far. Here's where the scrum is. Cole Custer in third, and Austin Hill in fourth are tied 3 points above Justin Allgaier in fifth. After that, we have Sammy Smith, 49 back, Chandler Smith, 54 back, and Sheldon Creed, 65 back. They are all in a must-win. Sorry if I blew out y'all's ears. By the way, 54? 53%, 54% say no, that Sam won't win the title. 46 say yes. Well, another poll for you real quick. Of those who are in a must-win, who wins their way in at Martinsville? If I can spell that right. And your options are Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, and Sheldon Creed. If I can spell Sheldon right. Or your other option is none of them. So there you go. Of those who are in a must-win, who wins their way in at Martinsville? Sammy Smith, Chandler Smith, Sheldon Creed, or none of them? Remember, I'm not going to put Justin Allgaier in there because Justin Allgaier still can make it enough points. There's your poll right there. Let's restart real quick. The top 5 is Sam Mayer in first, Riley Herbst after the charge in second. Third is John Hunter Nemechek. Fourth, Austin Hill. Fifth, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'll just say this. Every time Junior races, I don't expect to win. I only pick him just because he's my favorite, and I ain't going to root against him at any point. So I don't want to root for my pick over Dale Jr. at any point. I just want a respectable run, and I think Junior still got it. Top 5 speed in both races this year. I am extremely happy with that. I mean, the guy has raced one race a year for the last 5-6 years, and he is about to be 50 years old next year with that little time in the car recently. You know what? I'm okay with that, man. I am okay with that. Spencer, but what if you're within the title hunt for the pick points? I don't give a shit. I'm picking Junior. I picked Junior before. Plus, I won the first championship, so. But anyway, in 6th is Daniel Hemrick. 7th, Parker Kligerman. 8th is Brandon Jones. 9th, Sammy Smith. Joe Graff Jr. in 10th. 11th is Derek Kraus. 12th is Parker Kligerman. Parker Retzlaff. God, there's so many different people with with similar names. That's your lead lap guys. Top 12 was on the lead lap, and Parker Retzlaff and Derek Kraus would have been lapped had this race went 5 to 10 laps longer. Cole Custer, first guy off the lead lap, lap down in 13th. Ryan Sieg in 14th. 15th, Justin Allgaier. 16th, Kyle Weatherman. Josh Williams, 17th. 18th, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Brennan Poole in 19th. 20th, Jeb Burton. 21st, Jeremy Clements. 22nd, Kyle Sieg. Leland Honeyman comes home in the 23rd position. And after that, hold on, it refreshed on me. After that, we got Ryan Ellis in 24th, 25th, Patrick Emmerling. Emmerling starts the guys 2 laps down. Everyone from 13th to 24th is a lap down. Emmerling 2 down in 25th. Sheldon Creed 2 down in 26th. Then Massey in 27th. Alfredo 28th, 3 laps down. Blaine Perkins 4 down in 29th. Kaz Grala 30th, -6. Connor Mosack 10 laps down on the day. The rest of these guys were out of here. We got 32nd place Josh Berry, which we'll talk about that in a moment. That was what I was not happy about Dale Jr. Today. And I haven't heard the interview of Junior's yet, but I bet you he's not happy with himself either about that. Mason Maggio was out in 33rd. Then Chandler Smith, 34th. 35th, Brett Moffitt. Dawson Cram, 36th. CJ McLaughlin in 37th. And Ryan Newman comes home last in 38th. And there you go. And I guess Decker DNQ'd. I'm not shocked by that. Not trying to be an ass, just saying. But with that, let's get into the race today, and let's end this poll off. 65% of you say that none of those must-win drivers are going to get the win to get themselves in. 13% of you say Chandler Smith. 11% say Sammy Smith. 9% say Sheldon Creed. Cole Custer was on the poll today. He led early. There wasn't really much lap by lap to talk about when it came to the first stage, just trends and different things going on. Sheldon Creed, of course, had some liquid coming out earlier. You saw it on the dash cam of Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's a lot of good movement, though, through the pack. A lot of 3-wide racing, no matter what time of the run it was. Different lanes working. I know at one point, all of us were shocked when Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running right on the white line and everybody else is plastered onto the wall. But I was pleased with that. I think it was better than last year. I'm hoping for the Cup race it's better, because last year's wasn't the greatest Homestead race, to say the least. But I'm still thinking it's an outlier. And then Mayer and Creed got together a little bit, but nothing really to hurt them too much. The only major thing that happened was CJ McLaughlin being on fire in the pits, his car at least, on lap 40. Other than that, we were pretty good for the most part. But the stage ended out with Cole Custer winning it over Mayer, Nemechek, Creed, Moffitt, Allgaier, Herbst, Hill, Grala, and Hemrick. That's the first stage of this race. I guess we can ask that Napa Racing fan, asking, is Homestead the best mile and a half? We can ask at least what's the best mile and a half track. So why don't we do that? We'll put what, Homestead on here, Las Vegas, Kansas, and Charlotte. We're not going to count Atlanta just because Atlanta runs like a super speedway. So what's the best mile-and-a-half track starting to pull now? And we'll get into stage 2. I got to say, it's a lot of fun, man. These mile-and-a-half tracks have been getting more fun in the top 2 series the last couple of years, especially with the Next Gen and Cup. And then Xfinity is just freaking amazing, man. It's amazing. Let's see what we got. Though, for stage 2, lap 53, we have a restart. Mayer takes the lead from Cole Custer. Custer then comes back, grabs it in a slide job into 1, gets the lead. Mayer dives into 3, going after him, though. But the 0-0 prevails. Those two were probably the 2 best cars of the day, I would personally say. Lap 68, about 15 laps later, Dawson Cram would be around. His left rear tire just flew off. I will say NBC never, at least maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe it just flew over my head. I don't think NBC gave like a really good reason though for why that happened. I would like a better idea of why Dawson Cram had that happen. Sounded like it was probably just like the lugs weren't tight, but probably need to get that confirmed. On the restart on lap 73, John Hunter Nemechek would take the lead. And for the most part, he and them seemed to be all right until you realize that Derek Kraus and Kyle Sieg had pitted for fresh tires, where these other guys had what do you call it? Older tires, and they just basically went through the pack by lap 78. 5 laps later, Derek Kraus had passed through the entire lead lap pack, taking the lead, and he wins stage 2 over John Hunter Nemechek. 3rd was Custer, then Mayer in 4th. 5th was Allgaier, Kligerman in 6th. 7th was Kyle Sieg, Herbst in 8th. 9th was Austin Hill, and Hemrick 10th in the stage. Now we get to the fun part, the end of the race, the final stage here. Lap 97, we have another one where it's a 0-0, and this time the 7 of Allgaier going after Custer. Custer, though, has the lead, and we have the big wreck. Chandler Smith and Brett Moffitt getting the worst of it. Looked like Jones and Kraus were 3-4 wide with Chandler Smith, had really nowhere to go, kind of became a ping-pong ball, and that caused him to be basically crashed out, and at this point in a must-win situation heading into Martinsville. A couple laps later, with about 96 to go, Allgaier gets the lead on a restart, and the real fight's for second between Mayer and Custer. Now, during this time, Allgaier's talking about having a bit of a loose wheel possibly, or a wheel coming off, maybe getting flat, whatever it might be, and he stays out there for a while. He's trying to ride it out, seeming pretty good, but his car starts slowing. Custer gets by him, Mayer gets by him, Nemechek gets by him. It's pretty clear as the ambulances come by. Spam ambulances in the chat, please. It's clear that this car is ailing, having issues, and with 81 to go, Allgaier pits, and Ryan Sieg also has a flat at the same time, and Parker Kligerman has an issue 3 laps later. So, with that, Allgaier pretty much screwed for the rest of the day. He's pretty mad. Sounds like he was, what's the word? Livid, meltdown, whatever word you want to have with that's bad with Allgaier. That's what he's having. By the way, click that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back with this tomorrow, by the way, too, for the Cup race. Just letting you know now. But Allgaier's having those problems. He unlaps himself with 67 to go. And green flag pit stops begin shortly after. Now, Chandler Smith blew up. He is out for good at that point. Kaz Grala was also smoking. Had a major rub on the right front after hitting a tire in his own pit. And with 49 to go, Cole Custer gets into the wall, has a flat tire, and he has to go down into the pits while Mayer takes control of this race. And it gets worse because from what it sounds like, Custer's crew chief came down trying to get the flat tire as it was getting rolled away and goes over the wall. They get a penalty for too many men over the wall, and any chance that Cole Custer had a strategy or getting back in the lead lap quickly not happening. With 46 to go, Allgaier's also back in the pits. Another loose tire on that one. And a tire does get away from one team. I don't remember which one it was, but because of that, with 37 to go, we have a caution. Creed stays out. He's banking that there's going to be a 10-lap run and then a yellow. Well, there wasn't. There was not. Creed sank like a rock on the restart with 30 to go. And here, I hate doing this part because I'm biggest Dale Jr. fan, but here is the one issue for the day that I'm sure Junior fans might not be caring too much about, but I guarantee you Dale Jr. is caring a lot about. On the restart, Junior takes the high side behind Creed, which I did not get that either. And doing so gives Barry an opportunity, and Barry makes a great run on the high side of Junior, gets this big run off the corner. Junior gets loose and gets into Barry, which cuts Barry's tire down, gets him into the wall, and ends his day. Now, I guess luckily for Junior, Barry's not in it anymore. But at this point, I'll just say it like this. Junior has for years not wanted to race during the Xfinity playoffs because he doesn't want to influence the championship. And while he didn't this time, I guarantee you influencing a meltdown on that end, I get it. It's just racing. I get it. All the Junior stands are going to be defending him. But I don't think Junior's going to be too happy with himself on that. And that's, I think, something you have to be very conscious of. From what it sounded like, Junior thought he heard 8 in the middle, instead of you're in the middle. And that's something that I don't care who you are. If you're coming into a series right at the end of the year too, and guys are going for, got to be on top of that. I'm sure Junior probably won't have that issue happen again, but I'm just telling you now, if Junior doesn't race any time in the Xfinity Series past August from this point forward, that is exactly why. That will be exactly why. It's not the worst mistake in the world. It's not like it's not like he wrecked John Hunter Nemechek, somebody who's in the championship hunt, or Sam Mayer. But take your own car out like that. That's not good. No bueno. But that would then set up a restart with 24 to go. This would be the final restart of the day. Mayer versus Hill. 4 and 5 wide racing in the pack. Top 7 or so got away, which is pretty much how it ended out. They kind of ran it out. The only major thing to talk about in this is Jeb Burton had a flat, but there was no yellow because he managed to get himself to the pits. But Riley Herbst started making his way through. Riley Herbst, of course, the teammate of Cole Custer at Stewart Haas Racing. Herbst is going up through the pack. He's third. He's just right behind John Hunter Nemechek, dogging him lap after lap after lap, and finally he gets by him. And with 6 to go, he is a 2.5 seconds behind Sam Mayer. Going to take a lot, but if he can charge fast enough, he's got the car. He might be able to do it. By the time and 4 laps later that it comes to 2 to go, he's half a second back. He's made up a second in that time. Then he's only about 0.3 back at the white flag. Makes a hard run to the finish, but Sam Mayer holds him off, gets the win, his first oval win, gets him over to Martinsville without any pressure in the world. He is in it for Phoenix to win the championship. And I got to say, Riley Herbst, I will say this. Riley Herbst is, if he would have not had that meltdown in the middle in the summer, Riley Herbst could be going for a championship right now. And I would even say this. Riley Herbst probably, especially winning Las Vegas the way he did and then coming on at the end here, he would be the championship favorite in my opinion. That team just is on it right now. But Sam Mayer is reminding me a lot of a Noah Gragson. If you remember Noah Gragson, the year before he had his breakout season, a lot of people were like, he doesn't belong here. He's not winning. Why is he even in this car? Get him out of here. And then he gets a win, gets a few wins at the end of the year. Not a championship contender, but still really good. Then next season, boom, he is one of the championship favorites. I would not be surprised if next year's championship battle and the 2 best throughout the season could end up being Sam Mayer and Riley Herbst. It sounds crazy to say. You know what? At one time, it sounded crazy to say Austin Cindric was going to be the man to beat. It sounded crazy to say that Reddick or Custer were, or John Hunter Nemechek. That's just how the Xfinity Series is. It's one of the great things about this series. So keep an eye on them. Next year, they are going to be two that will be some of the favorites to win the Xfinity Series title. FredDog81, thank you for the 2. Commentary, didn't hate Creed staying out. Do you? No. Creed had nothing to lose. And if they have a 10-lap run and then a caution comes out and he is the only one on the lead lap with fresh tires and a good car, he wins this race and he's the one competing for a championship, and Mayer's the one that's the odd man out. So I don't hate it. You have nothing to lose. You might as well go for it. I wish more people had that kind of big nut kind of strategy, the best way I can put it. I know it sounds terrible to say it that way. I really wish more people would have the cojones to make those calls, even when it's not playoff time. So I like it, man. I like it a lot. By the way, we're going to end the poll right now. Favorite mile and a half track. And I think recency bias might be part of it here, but 43% are saying Homestead, to 25% Kansas, 22% Charlotte, 9% Vegas. Now, I will also say my bias is towards Kansas. I think it is one of the top 5 best tracks on schedule right now. And it's regardless of car. It was good in the Gen 6 era too. But yeah. And KAGG says what I think here. It turned out horrible. It did. But he had a chance, and that's all he needed. But yeah, that is it. You know what? I had fun today. Sam Mayer winning. I like Sam. He's a good guy. I'm cool with him going for the win. I'm glad he's starting to finally turn into the driver we all know he's supposed to be. We got Dale Jr. Racing again and racing well for the most part still. I like seeing that. And we got a really good battle going into Martinsville. I can't wait for Martinsville. The Xfinity Martinsville race, in my opinion, should be on the top 10 most anticipated races for everyone every year. It is just without a doubt one of the best races you can watch, and we will be here after that to watch it. Subscribe if you want to see that. We'll be here tomorrow after the Cup race. I have a feeling the Cup race is going to be a lot more fun than last year. I'm hoping it is. Might be a Larson Reddick duel, but don't count out Truex. Don't count out Truex. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We got 1 race left this weekend. 6 races left for the entirety of the top 3 series in 2023. It's going to be fun. And I just realized I never put up the... I spent the entire day setting this up. I spent the entire race making sure it was ready to go. And just now, we're going to keep this going until that runs all the way through because of my dumbass not being able to run it through. I apologize if you guys don't want to, and I get if you guys don't want to watch it, but I spent the entire day setting this stupid thing up. And then I completely forgot because I was so damn excited that Junior was back. There you go. There's the finishing order right there. Knowing my dumbass, I probably... Yeah, nope, I cleaned everything else up. All right, everything is good on there. I just put it in, 25 minutes too late? I don't know what to say, man. It is what it is. But I cannot wait, man. After this, we have 2 weeks left. Hopefully a pretty fun 2 weeks. Yeah. Let me hear it in the chat. Let me hear it, guys. I know. That's on me. There you go. Schedule also for streaming. Tomorrow will be on this channel again, obviously, for the post-race stream, and Wednesday night on Black Flags Matters channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the NASCAR Weekly Podcast. That was a dumbass attack. All right, we're going to end on that. I hope you all have a good night. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. So y'all have a good night. See you around.